Hello guys, welcome to My Little Hobbies. I am Dylan, making this Dylan's Little Hobbies, and today we are going to be reviewing, that's right, My Hero Academia Season 3 review, brought to you by me. Oh my god guys, what a season, what a season. You know, out of all of the anime and manga that I've ever seen, and, you know, I used to collect a bunch of manga, not necessarily the animes, but I used to have a bunch of Naruto, Dragon Ball, Sword Art Online, and there was a Blue Exorcist. Actually, I don't think I ever collected Blue Exorcist, I think I just read Blue Exorcist, but I used to collect a bunch of manga. I got rid of most of them except for my Naruto books, which are like down here, by the way. Those are like the only mangas I have, but the internet is so much more convenient that I don't need to collect mangas anymore. But let me tell you, out of all the mangas in anime that I've ever seen, My Hero Academia, just the way it's structured, it's structured very much like any anime out there, but the way it's written, it's probably the best. If I was just doing writing style, and not just story, just the writing style of Horikoshi, the creator of My Hero Academia, it's absolutely the best manga out there. Now that's manga. That's not even getting into what this video is about, the anime. The anime has one of the absolute, not one of the, probably the, let's get that straight, the absolute greatest animators on Earth are working on this, Studio Bones. And Studio Bones, they're pretty popular for a reason. They have great animation, and My Hero Academia has just gotten completely lucky to have such an amazing animator on such a brilliant storytelling show. It really is, and the storytelling is just amazing. I personally, when it comes to this season in particular, am completely jealous. I am 100% jealous of you anime-onlys. I'm a manga reader, and when I was reading this in the manga, oh my god, especially when All Might was against All for One, I had tears in my eyes when I was reading that in the manga. I could not imagine experiencing it, even though I saw many of you. I watch anime-onlys do reactions, like, there's quite a few. There's Mad Joe FC, shout out to him. There's DB Geek, shout out to him. He's got some really cool anime-only reactions, and my god, it has just been a fun ride seeing anime-onlys watch this and have them experience, and seeing that they have not only the exact same experience that I have reading the manga, but even more so. Like, I had tears in my eyes reading My Hero Academia, but because it's a manga, you don't really get to hear, or, I mean, you kind of vision it in your mind, and that's why I like reading so much. Even when it's My Hero Academia, even when it's a manga, I like reading so much because you can imagine it in your head. But, oh my god! Even with imagining it in my head, would I have imagined the amazing voice acting of this show? Probably not. And that is, let me throw this out of the way. The English dub. Now, I'm all about the Japanese. I always say that the Japanese or English subtitles, it's the original, so it's always going to be the better of the two. As a person who comes from America and speaks only English, English is my only language. I know maybe like 3 words of Spanish, but 99% of me is English, guys. So I do like watching, or at least rewatching some of the shows in English dub. And I'm telling you, the English dub of the show, I'm not saying it's perfect, but my God, they got as close as they ever could be, especially when it came to the All Might versus All for One stuff. The All Might versus All for One stuff, let's face it, that stuff was 100% finale type of stuff. And it's very weird that was in the middle of the season. That felt like what could have easily happened at the end of season 2. That felt like a finale type of show, type of showing, type of storytelling. It was mind-blowing. It was that good. Let's go ahead and start about the very beginning, though. Let's talk about the very beginning of My Hero Academia Season 3. When we started off with the filler episode, and my personal thoughts towards the filler episode is nice recap. Gave us a bit of fun with the guys at the pool party and all that, and it's funny, those two, Mineta and I think his name's Kirishima. I don't know everyone's names, but I believe his name's Kirishima, Lightning Bolt Boy. Those two were expecting to see some cute girls in bathing suits, and guess what they got? They got cute girls in bathing suits, but in onesies, and they're at school, and everyone else is in their shorts. That was just fun to me. It was a fun episode, great recap episode, but it's a recap episode. That wasn't really necessary. However, I know why they did it. Moving on, though, the real My Hero Academia really started when we started talking about the training at the camp. And when I read this in the manga, now it's a manga, and as much as I love the kids acting, the kids training, I have to admit, when you see it in the manga, it's like 2-3 panels long and you move on. So you don't really get any connection to it. And that's the only problem I have as a manga reader, is sometimes I don't get that connection that I'm looking for. But as soon as I watch the anime, I get it. And definitely when it came to that training arc in the camp, oh my God, some of the best stuff was them training during the beginning of Season 3. Especially Midoriya. Midoriya with that punch and squeezing his buttocks, because that's how his quirk works. Squeeze your buttocks and yell, what was it, smash in your heart, right? Oh my God, that was funny. That was fun. But let's actually talk about the biggest part of that. Midoriya versus Musclehead, if you will. And more importantly, him finally protecting someone. You see, in the past, when Midoriya was trying to save Bakugo, keyword is trying to save Bakugo. When Midoriya was trying to save All Might at the end of Season 1, the keyword is trying. When Midoriya was going up against, what's his name? Todoroki. That wasn't a real fight. Okay? But when Midoriya was going up against Stain, he had backup. this time, it's him and him alone standing between a monster who can only cause death to a civilian. And what's worse is the civilian truly believes that heroes are just fakes. And it's Midoriya's job to prove to that kid that he is not fake. So this is a double whammy type of storytelling. He's got to, one, prove himself as a hero to himself, trying to save somebody, trying to stand up completely alone, no backup coming. He's got to stand there against great evil. And then you got the psychological stuff when it came to Koa about not seeing heroes as being heroes. He thinks that they're all fake, and it's Midoriya's job here to prove to him that he's wrong. And I absolutely love the little moment of him saying, "My hero." If I have to be honest, that was my third favorite part of the season. My third favorite part of the season. My second favorite part of the season would definitely be All Might versus All for One. And why is it only second? I'll get into that in a minute. But All Might versus All for One, that was finale type of storytelling. I don't know why they put it in the middle of the season, but I am so glad they did, because, and a lot of people might think, wow, that's the big bad just taken down, and that's All Might out of the picture, but that's still the big bad out of the picture as well. That's the type of story that's at the very end of all stories, right? Well, I hate to tell you this, but that wasn't in-game stuff. Nope. All Might versus All for One was just a taste of what Midoriya, aka Deku, it's gonna be like against Shigaraki. Oh my god, I can't wait to see that type of stuff. And of course that's like in-game kind of stuff, but this gives just a slight glimpse of what that fight's gonna be, and it makes me so excited. It really, really does. And god, I can go on and on about the animation. I'm trying not to, but the animation, Studio Bones, you did a flawless job. I don't think there's a second in that episode when All for One is versus All Might. I don't think there is a second in that episode that I can really see that didn't have just my emotions driven to the top. And that might be because of the storytelling, but the animation, the color, the type of mood that the show was saying, it was perfect. A lot of shows, what they do, and especially in manga, because you gotta think, manga's black and white. So a lot of the times they do day stuff so they don't have to black out the skies. And the animes just kind of take that course on because they don't have to use a lot of black. I'm very glad that this scene was at night, and it truly showed how large of a real issue All for One was. And don't get me wrong, All Might's All Might. You know, he's the symbol of peace. He's our symbol of peace. But he broke All Might, guys. We've never seen that before. Now, we've seen All Might get mad. We've seen him get concerned. But we've never seen All Might get broken like that. And you know what's awesome? The fact that it wasn't the fact that All Might was broken because of his body being shown to the world. In fact, that kind of invigorated him. That kind of got everyone to cheer him on, knowing that he has that issue. And everyone's just starting to cheer him on. was brilliant storytelling. Brilliant. But what broke him was the news about Shigaraki. The fact that his master's grandchild, someone he should be protecting, was in the clutches, not just in the clutches of All For One, but in the student chair of one of the most evil person in the world of My Hero Academia. That's gotta take a big blow. And we saw that blow. We saw that. When I heard that screech from both the English dub and the Japanese version, I didn't cry, but man. And the only reason why I didn't cry was because I read the manga and I already knew. So that's actually a benefit to me, but man, I wish I did watch this and not read the manga, because especially for that part, it was just, I did cry when I first read it, but it was just so tough to watch, guys. And the fact that even broken, All Might still stands. And not only stands, but defeats All For One. Standing there, doing his last job as a symbol of peace. He never gains his smile back at the end of that either, but he does gain his strength back. Maybe not as, the great hero, but everyone gives him the strength he needs to carry on. And that much, it's I love My Hero Academia. I think out of all of my animes that I've ever seen, My Hero Academia has to be number 2. It's definitely number 2. Right behind Naruto. Naruto is always gonna be my favorite because it was my first, but My Hero Academia really gives it a run for its money. And between the two, I would really say My Hero Academia has the better storytelling. Does it have the better story? Well, My Hero Academia isn't finished yet, so it's unfair to compare it to. But I would almost say, yeah, it does have better story than Naruto. And don't get me wrong, I love Naruto. Naruto was my first anime/manga ever, guys. So, I'm giving My Hero Academia high praise, I really am. And I understand. Everyone's like, well, dude, this was one punch. Like they only threw like 3 punches. In something like Naruto or most anime, the trope is to have one fight carry on for 7, 8 episodes. And this was like an episode and a half, and it only threw like 3 punches. But let me tell you why this works. And this is something that My Hero Academia has done so well and that other animes pale in comparison to My Hero Academia. It's because My Hero Academia knows what strings to touch. And they know how long to touch them. When it comes to other animes, you like Dragon Ball, for example. Dragon Ball, the stakes were high, and we knew the stakes were high, but it went on, the fight between Goku and Frieza went on for like 6 episodes long, that eventually you kind of go, okay, I get the point, the stakes are high, when is this fight going to be over? My Hero Academia doesn't have that problem. Do they go a little bit fast? I would say yes, but it's only to benefit the story. And up to the midpoint of My Hero Academia, it's some of the best stuff you're ever gonna watch. It really, really is. And then you have the stuff with Midoriya's mom. Midoriya's mom, she's always been a favorite character of mine. She's always been, I think she's number 3 or 4. One of these days, I'm going to do a top 10 favorite My Hero Academia characters soon. But Miss Midoriya, you gotta feel for this character. what she's going through as a mom, as a parent, and the fact that, you know, it's an anime trope that they never do parent stuff, and when they do parent stuff, it's always for like a chapter long and that's it. No. What they were able to do with Miss Midoriya's character truly shows that you can have a parent in a show, and it can only benefit the story by having a parent in the show. Let's move on from that. Then we had the little bit of a training arc, and then we had the license exam. Okay, reading the manga, I flew through this, and really, I don't remember a darn thing about it when it comes to the manga. In fact, I had to go back like 3 times after watching the anime. I went back 3 times to reread the manga during this arc, and I missed so much in the manga that it's really funny. But I guess that's a way to say that this arc was very forgivable in the manga. It's a very important arc for the future of My Hero Academia, I understand that, but it's a very forgivable arc in the manga. In the anime, though, they did it right. And what they really did right, though, is something that they don't do in the manga, but something that they do in the anime, is they really stress the relationship between Uraraka and Midoriya, and I really like that. Look, I'm not 100% a shipper, okay? If Horikoshi wants to write Uraraka with Midoriya, I'm fine. If he doesn't, who cares, right? But I'll be honest with you. A good story needs a little bit of romance. Star Wars is a great story because it's got a little bit of romance, you know? And Naruto has the biggest issue with that, and that's why I think everyone got super mad when Naruto ended up with Hinata. Yes, they did set up Hinata liking Naruto, but except for the Naruto the Last, which was the name of the movie, Naruto ended up with Hinata. Until that movie, Naruto really never shown any sign of having any relationship with Hinata. And because of that, it came off not, it didn't sell with me well. It came off stale. It really did. Now, in My Hero Academia, yes, everyone gets a little bored with the Uraraka Midoriya shipping, okay? I get it. But from a storytelling standpoint, I love it. I love the fact that they are indeed addressing the fact that Midoriya and Uraraka are practically perfect for each other. I really like the fact that they are addressing it, and I really like the fact that it's through Uraraka's eyes. Because a lot of the times when you have stories like this, you may have like a giggle from the girls, or like Naruto. In Naruto, we get like a couple scenes of Hinata staring at Naruto, blushing over him, lovey-dovey eyes. But except for the Hinata Naruto versus Madara fight, we really never had a moment where it was just Naruto's thoughts, or more importantly, it was just Hinata's thoughts. A lot of stories, they tell the story of the guy, but I like the fact that this is being told through the story of Uraraka, because it's Uraraka who has those feelings. And I like the fact that she, in the middle of the battle, really realized that this is not the time for this, that this is something to put away for later. She has to be a hero. And she loves Midoriya, she does. But it's because she loves Midoriya that she has to put that away and become a true hero, just like Midoriya is doing. She inspires to be like Midoriya. And I love that about her character. I think out of everything that arc gave us, that was the biggest takeaway for me, was the stuff from Uraraka. And that's not in the manga either. I love the fact that they added that in the anime. It's very important. It's going to be very important for the future setups of My Hero Academia. I'm 100% certain about that. Now, my absolute favorite part of this season has to be Bakugo. Look, let's all face it, from the very beginning, including myself, Bakugo's a complete jerk who deserves to be thrown in hell. He really, really does. He's a bully. He's not cool. He's just a jerk. I hate Bakugo. Or hated Bakugo. And what's really amazing is they're able to take a character like that. They're able to make a character that you absolutely 100% right off the bat hate. And they're able to take him and make him the absolute fabulous, amazing character that we have. And when I started reading this in the manga, again, this is where Bakugo started becoming one of my favorite characters. I would say he's number 5. I would say Bakugo is number 5. Bakugo, he's such a interesting character, and you can really understand him, especially when he's fighting Midoriya in that fight. Look, I get it. That fight wasn't very long. It was only a couple punches, but just like the All Might versus All for One, it was the emotion that was driven high, and the stakes that was driven high that was so important. And then All Might actually giving Bakugo the hug, and him admitting to not only himself, but to his rival and to his idol that he's weak. Guys, for a character like Bakugo, that's impossible. And the fact that he's able to do that, the fact that they took in a character that honestly I hated, and turned him into one of the best characters in the show, is just amazing. They did the exact same thing, and everyone likes to make the comparison with Avatar: The Last Airbender, but they did the exact same thing with Zuko, believe it or not. And I know, Zuko is supposed to be Todoroki. Forget about that. Zuko, the way they made his character in Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's why he's one of my favorite characters, and it's why Zuko is on that poster. And I wished I put Bakugo on this poster as well. I just didn't think of it at the time. Zuko was a character I absolutely hated. He was a bad guy. But the way they tell his story and make him a sympathetic character is just like what they do with Bakugo, and it's amazing. It's why Bakugo has definitely raised in popularity. Now let me talk about the last 2 episodes of My Hero Academia. If I'm being honest with you, I 100% thought that the Bakugo and Midoriya fight was going to be the end. In fact, if I was Studio Bones, I would have made that the last episode of the season. The last 2 episodes of the season was, number 1, they were a tease for next season, but they really didn't make sense here. If they wanted to tease the big 3, I could understand that, but I wouldn't have the last episode, episode 25, when it came to Mirio versus the entire class, not just Midoriya, but the entire class. I would have saved that for next episode, next season, and have it to where it was like kind of a flashback episode, and then also a fight against Mirio episode. I think that would have been fun. I'm surprised that they didn't do that, and I'm very curious of what they're going to do next season, especially for the opening of next season. But with that said, let me talk about Season 4. In My Hero Academia, the manga, my favorite arc in My Hero Academia is without a doubt the Overhaul arc. My second favorite would definitely be the Stain arc. I really like the Stain arc. But the stuff with Overhaul, and I can't spoil it for you guys, but it's my favorite arc, and I think that this is going to become a favorite arc for many people once Season 4 gets here, and I can't wait to see it animated. And Mirio is definitely one of the coolest characters you're ever gonna meet in My Hero Academia. But what I really like about what's going to happen in Season 4 is more or less about All Might. It's really interesting. My favorite characters in My Hero Academia, my favorite character is All Might, but it's really comes down to the other characters that build All Might up as this great hero. That it's why All Might becomes my favorite character. It's because of the other characters building him up, believing in him, and everything. And I will say this, that this next chapter of the story, it's going to be Midoriya driven. I can tell you that right now. It's going to be Midoriya driven. But All Might's going to play quite an interesting role. He's not going to fight, but he's going to play an interesting role. And it's going to be... I can't wait to see the emotion driven that's going to come out from next season. With that said, Arigato Horikoshi. Arigato Horikoshi. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Arigato, 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 arigato Horikoshi. For My Hero Academia. Especially thank you to Studio Bones and everyone who's involved, both English dub and Japanese, for My Hero Academia Season 3. This has definitely been one of the best animes I have ever seen, and I can't wait to watch more. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Let me know about your thoughts on My Hero Academia Season 3 in the comments down below. Bye.